Hey everybody, it's John with Prime Homes. We're here at one of our rehabs and wanted to show a little something that we know is a pretty common trait in the houses down here with the tension rod foundations, and one way you can tell on the pros and cons of dealing with versus a rebar foundation, which is what I was used to working with back at home in Kansas. Basically what the tension rod foundation is every 4 feet they run a steel cable through the foundation, and it's coated in a rubber so after they pour the foundation, they take those tension rods and they pull them nice and tight, and then they cap them, which all that really does is compress the concrete from all sides, versus a rebar where we would go 16 inches on center that allows that concrete really to adhere to that rebar, so when you lift the house it lifts more like a steel plate. Versus the tension rod, everything is compressed from the sides. It allows that concrete to bend and flex. And what we ran into at this property is your foundation contractors like to get 10,000 PSI when they drive those concrete piers into the ground to support the foundation. Or here with this house, they could not get that 10,000 PSI because they found what they use is the weight of the house to drive those piers down to the ground to get that PSI that they want. The problem with this is that he was lifting the house 6 to 8 inches off the ground and he could not get that pressure because the house wasn't putting enough pressure on those piers. So everything moved like a sheet of plywood versus that steel plate lifting the house to press those piers down to the ground. And one thing way you can tell is if you can see here on the front of the house, and most times you look at your newer houses and you'll see that they got this mortar over the top of the ground, this grout all the way along to kind of hide the stuff and make it look pretty. But over time, these older houses, they'll break away and you'll be able to see your caps here for your tension rods. This is basically that steel plate that I was talking about that use that pressure to compress the sides. This thing will start breaking away with these older houses as the foundations settle, they'll snap away. So it's something to take into account when you are rehabbing a house is you lift those houses up, you're not going to get the pressure you want, so the foundation over time, if you're holding it for rehab, can allow those things to sink. So you really need to do a good job to get that water away from that foundation and keep those foundations solid. So that's really about it we learned on this one, and we'll give you more tips and tricks along the way. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks.